Apocalypse.
Hello there and welcome to this tutorial. My name is Trenton and I'm here with my colleague Armand Joubert.
Today we are doing a tutorial on how to set up a virtual machine for Linux operating systems and Windows Server operating systems. All the links to the files needed for the tutorial will be in the description below.
Copy the first link found in the description below and paste it into the URL bar of your browser. This will take you to a website where you will be able to download the VirtualBox program onto your computer. As you can see on the website, there are different versions of the VirtualBox available. We are running on a Windows operating system and thus will be downloading the Windows hosting program. The next step is to copy the second link in the description into your browser, where you then will download Linux. There are different versions to choose from, so you need to check which version of Windows your system is running.
To check, type run in the search bar, then type msinfo32 and press enter. You will then be taken to a screen. On this screen, search for the item called System Type. Next to it, check if your system type is x64 based PC. If this is so, you have a 64-bit operating system. Otherwise, you have a 32-bit operating system.
There are many different versions of Linux Mint. We will show you photos of the different types. The first image is the Linux Mint Cinnamon version, which is followed by the KDE version. Next is the Mate version. And lastly is the XFCE version. Now you are able to make a choice which is your favorite out of the four. Once you have chosen your favorite version, you now click on the link specified for your system type, either 64 or 32-bit. Once the next page loads, you use the world mirror to download Linux Mint. We have already downloaded the file.
If you are not a student, ignore this step. Copy the third link in the description and paste it in your URL in your browser. This will take you to Microsoft Imagine, where you will be able to download Windows Server 2016. First off, pick the language you want to use and then the product version. We chose standard 64-bit for this tutorial. If you do not have a 64-bit operating system, you will not be able to run Windows Server 2016. Sign in with your Microsoft details, which are linked to your student account, to complete the download process. If you are not a student, copy the fourth link in the description and paste it into your URL bar in your browser. This will take you to a website where you will be able to download Microsoft Server 2016 and Microsoft Server 2012 for 180 days evaluation period. Once you have chosen either the 2012 or the 2016 version, click the download button, then click the register to continue button. After that, fill out the form with your personal details and click the continue button to download the file.
Once all the files have been downloaded, continue to the folder where all of the files have been saved. Firstly, we are going to install VirtualBox. Double-click on the .exe file to install. Click on the next button to continue. None of the settings need to be changed on the screen. Click Next. These are for personal preference for ease of access to open the program. Click Yes to continue. This will ask you for administrative rights after you click Install. You will need to say yes to continue the installation. Once the installation has completed, you will now click Finish to open VirtualBox. You will now see the layout of the VirtualBox program. On the left side, underneath File, is a New button. Click on it to begin the process of creating a new virtual machine. We need to now name the virtual machine we would like to create. This will automatically change the version to Windows Server 2016. Click Next to continue the process. We now need to allocate the memory size, which is RAM, for the virtual machine. This will remove the certain amount of RAM from our computer and distribute it to the virtual machine. Now click Next to continue. The next screen will allow you to create a virtual disk for the virtual machine. Make sure that the Create a Virtual Disk drive has been selected. Click Create to continue. Make sure that the virtual machine disk has been selected. This is the best option for the Windows Server. Click Next to continue. The next screen will allow you to choose whether you would like a dynamically allocated or fixed sized hard disk. A dynamically allocated hard disk is much better as it is only filled up to a certain amount as which you allocated. Click Next to continue further. This page allows you to specify the size of your hard disk. We will be using 11 gigs for this tutorial. Now click Create to continue.
Now we can see that the Windows Server 2016 virtual machine was created successfully. Next, click on the Storage button. Here we can see all the details about the virtual machine, such as the virtual size allocated towards it. Next, click on the Empty button under the storage tree. Then click on the CD icon. If you already inserted a CD into your CD-ROM containing the Windows installation files, choose the drive you inserted into. Otherwise, choose Virtual Optical Disk File and choose the ISO of the Windows Server that you downloaded.
Now, click the OK button to continue. Click on Start to start the virtual machine. A new screen will open, and this is where the virtual machine is run. The process of installing Windows Server 2016 is very simple. Now, choose your language, time currency format, and the keyboard or input method. Click Next to continue and then Install Now. As you can see, a page will come up saying Setup is starting. Please wait a few moments. Now, you will require a product key if you are a student. If you are using a valuation version, a product key is not needed. For this tutorial, we will be using the desktop experience, which includes a GUI. Now, click Next to continue. This page shows the terms and conditions of the software, which is advised to be read. Click I accept the license terms and Next. This screen allows you to choose whether you would like to keep the files or install a fresh version of Windows Server. There are no files on the hard disk, thus you install Windows only. Here it shows the hard disk and the allocated space you have. Now the Windows installation has begun. This process takes quite a while, so we will skip ahead.
2 hours later.
Once complete, you will be required to enter your computer's password. Click Finish to continue. This will bring up a screen where you would need to use the keyboard to select Ctrl-Alt-Delete to continue. Click on the Input button above and Ctrl-Alt-Delete to unlock. Now you are required to enter your password once again for your computer. A few settings need to be finalized before Windows starts. And finally, welcome to the desktop of your Windows Server 2016. Thank you for watching this tutorial. In the next segment, we will be covering the creation of a virtual machine for Linux.
In this segment, we are going to show you how to create a virtual machine using a Linux operating system. Click the New button and type in the name of the virtual machine you'd like to create. The version will automatically be chosen for you. If you have a 64-bit operating system, please make sure you have the 64-bit option chosen, otherwise choose the 32-bit option. When you're done, click the Next button. Now we will be able to allocate how much of the memory or RAM the virtual machine will be able to use. We allocate 4 GB in this tutorial. Click Next. Now choose Create a Virtual Hard Disk Now and click Create. Then choose VMDK Virtual Machine Disk and click Next. Now we will be able to choose between a dynamically allocated or a fixed sized hard disk. You can read more about them on this page, but we recommend picking dynamically allocated. Click Next when done. Now we can allocate how much storage space the virtual hard disk can have. We chose 10 GB for this tutorial. Click Create when done. Here we can see that the virtual machine was successfully created. Now click the Storage button. Here we can see all the details about the virtual machine we just created, such as the virtual size. Now click the Empty button underneath the storage tree and click the CD icon. If you already have a Linux installation CD inserted, choose the drive. Otherwise, choose Virtual Optical Disk File and choose your Linux ISO. Click OK when done. Now you can click the Start button to start the virtual machine boot up sequence. A screen will appear. Wait for the Linux boot sequence to finish. As you can see, your Linux virtual machine is now booted up and functional. Thank you for watching this tutorial.
Hello and welcome to this tutorial to set up IIS on your Windows Server 2016. If you do not have a virtual machine or do not know how to start it, please refer to earlier in this video. Firstly, open your Start menu and click on Server Manager. Now, once Server Manager is opened, click on Add Roles and Features. Click on Next. Now, make sure that the role-based or feature-based installation has been selected. Click Next. Now, this screen you do not need to change anything, it is just for reference for your own IP address for the server. Click Next. Now, you would need to scroll down and find the web server IIS and check it. Click Add Features. Now click Next to continue. Click on Net Framework 4.6 and enable ASP.NET 4.6. Now check WCF services and expand the list. Now check every item in that list and click Add Features. Click Next to continue. Click Next to continue. Now, under Health and Diagnostics, it is advised to check everything because this allows you to monitor your server. Under Common HTTP Features, tick HTTP Redirection. Now, security is preferences on how secure you would like your server. It is advised to check everything underneath. Click Next to continue. Now, all you need to do is click Install. It should take a few minutes for the installation process to complete.
Once your installation is complete, click on the Close button. Now go to Tools and click IIS Manager. Then, look underneath Start page. Ours says Win BKJ4, but yours might say something else. Click the arrow next to that word. Then click the arrow next to Sites to check if your default website has been set up. Now make your way to your browser and in the URL bar type localhost and press enter. If you see this screen, then your IIS has been set up correctly. Thank you for watching this tutorial.
Zombie apocalypse.